Good morning and welcome into the Cowboys Report. I am Tom Downey, and we have some news for you guys and some rumors out there around the NFL schedule. First, we do know who, what, when, where, I guess why too. The Cowboys are playing in NFL Week 1. They will take on the Cleveland Browns. That is Sunday, September 10th, 4:25 p.m. Eastern Time. They will be on the road against the Cleveland Browns. We'll have some more conversation on that matchup here in a little bit. But two notes I want to remind you of. A, the full schedule will come out on Wednesday. We will break that down for you. Probably will be in the PM. At minimum, we'll know by 8 p.m. Eastern. Leaks might happen before then. We will also have watch parties for every single game this season. And some fun stuff we'll have planned for you in the boring part of the offseason, July-ish. Hit that sub button, youtube.com/@CowboysTV. Couple quick things to watch for this game, and then we'll get some score predictions. First thing my mind went to were two things. Number one, welcome to the NFL, Rook. Tyler Guyton, I assume, will get plenty of matchups against Myles Garrett. The Browns do move him around. He'll get some of those over-center reps, too, which Guyton versus Cooper Beebe, or Garrett versus Cooper Beebe, and Tyler Guyton and Terrence Steele. That's going to be dicey. I think I have some quick passing game stuff involved there. Also, this is the Amari Cooper revenge game, by the way. He has not played the Cowboys since he was traded. There are the very still kind of weird home-road splits. It's a home game for Amari Cooper. He might pop off. I am excited to see our first real look. We get some looks at training camp and the preseason of what this Cowboys defensive scheme will be. And made a big deal. We got to stop the run. The Browns will run the football. Good opening test from that standpoint. It's also, I think, a brutal test for the Cowboys on offense. This Browns defense truly was one of the best defenses in football last year, and not like turnover dependent in the same way some defenses have historically been as of late. In fact, they were the number one ranked defense in terms of EPA per play. That was over the course of the entire season. They were about league average in rushing EPA allowed. They were the best by a pretty good margin in drop back passing. Tough matchup there for Dallas. It is also Tom Brady's first call as a member of the Fox Sports broadcasting booth. Unfortunately, the CTE already came for Tom Brady, who made the comment, see if Dak can step up. Stupid comment to make for a couple reasons. Number one, the last game Tom Brady played, the Cowboys sent him home. Two, very frankly, unprofessional. We're going to crack jokes before we even do that? Come on. Number three, just so we're clear on this, it's a week 1 game. It actually doesn't matter that much. Like, it matters, it's a game, but I care a lot more about how they're playing in January and how they're playing in September. And I think most of us would agree with that. So give me your score prediction of the Cowboys against the Browns in Week 1. This is the ad that might come up here on YouTube. If it does, great. Head down there and let me know your score prediction for Week 1. Now, among some of the rumors, speculative theories out there that I have seen at this time, it does involve the Cowboys. Well, maybe they could play a game on Christmas Day. And I would be surprised if this happens for reasons we will get into. But the background here is the NFL is going to play 2 games on Christmas Day, which is a Wednesday this year, which is stupid. I hate it. Amazon and Netflix are reportedly among the teams that are, or groups that are bidding there. Might both go to Netflix. NBC picked up a Saturday game the week before to give the Sunday to Thursday rotation, but you're packing a lot of games in there. There has been some speculation theory the Cowboys could play one of those because, well, the rationale is the Cowboys drive audience. That's how you get the big wins. I have my doubts on this. The biggest reason is this. Why would Fox and CBS and ESPN ever give that up? The Cowboys are the moneymakers. And I don't think Fox is going to go, you're taking away a game from us and it's the Cowboys game. They would not like that. So yes, you want to bring in the new television partners. That's not what the NFL wants to do. They don't want to impact like the major one from the Cowboys. Plus, they already play on Thanksgiving. Like, I don't think they want to have the Cowboys play on Thanksgiving and on Christmas. Like that's a lot to put on one organization when I don't know if that's the real path the NFL wants to go. It's that there is an NFL game, not that it's the best NFL game overall. So do you want the Cowboys to play on Christmas Day? Sound off for me in the comments section. Y for yes, N for no. It is a big fat no from me. I have zero desire for the Cowboys to play on Christmas Day. Playing Wednesday games is not good for the players. You already have that brutal slate around Thanksgiving. We got those jam-packed games. To have another one around Christmas, when you've probably already had your bye before the Thanksgiving game, historically speaking, I hate that. That is way too much in a jam-packed schedule to fit together. I don't want to do that. And that gives you the extra one afterwards. I think that's too much on the players' bodies. Frankly, I don't think it's responsible for the NFL to be having Wednesday games anyway. Also, my wife will be mad at me. So don't do this. I'm already not there for Thanksgiving. Can I also not be there for Christmas? I just don't want that to happen. So football reasons and purely selfish reasons, I don't want a Christmas Day game for the Cowboys. Now, today's show is made possible by Prize Picks. It is daily fantasy made easy. You pick more, pick less. That is it. You got a wide variety of player stat projections for the WNBA, the NBA, MLB, NHL, season-long NFL Prize Picks slates are available as well. I always advise new users to do the flex play. It's not the biggest payout as it is for the power play, but you're a lot more likely to hit it. And I think that will lead to better overall results. I hit 3 power plays last year. Well, I hit about 12 flex plays. You tell me which was more valuable. Go to prizepicks.com/CLNS and use code CLNS for a first deposit match up to $100. This is my NBA Prize Picks slate for tonight. I like Anthony Edwards' bounce-back game, more than 40.5 points, rebounds, and assists. He's hit bit of a rough patch, but hit 3 out of the last 5 there. Isaiah Hartenstein, I think he's going to have a big game. The Knicks got to get going again. I'm not out on them, but I'm going to take the less than on him. He has not consistently hit that part. That's why I like the less than on Hartenstein, just to put it maybe 22, and more than on Josh Hart. I think Hart bounces back in a big way, as I just now realize I'm doing Hartenstein and Hart, which is kind of funny. Hart made a big deal. He didn't have the same energy last game. I think he bounces back. I don't think Hartenstein steps up enough with the assists to get to the 24. Go to prizepicks.com/CLNS and use code CLNS for a first deposit match up to $100. I do want to wrap up today's show with more in-depth conversation on the Jared Goff impact of the Dak Prescott, beyond the short that we did, available on YouTube and Instagram, by the way. Jared Goff got a massive contract from the Detroit Lions. 4 years, $212 million. First off, good for Goff. He got shipped out from the Rams to basically go to Siberia with the Lions, of go there to die. And he did a great job and has earned that contract, especially with the way we know quarterback contracts work. The market now looks like this, and everyone always wants to pay last year's rates. I don't want to pay this, I want to pay that. You should have done that last year then if you want to pay it. See it all the time for all these different contracts. Jared Goff is now making more per year than Justin Herbert, Lamar Jackson, Jalen Hurts, Kyler Murray, Deshaun Watson, Kirk Cousins, Mahomes, Allen, Dak, Stafford, etc. I don't think anybody in their right mind would say Jared Goff is the number 2 quarterback in the NFL. I don't know how many people will put Jared Goff in the top 10 of highest paid quarterbacks in the NFL. But as I always try to say, this is how the market simply works. Now, Goff's guaranteed money is a little bit lower, in large part because it's only a 4-year deal, and guys like Burrow and Herbert and others got 5-year deals, so there's just extra years equals more guaranteed money in most cases. Here's how this matters for the Cowboys. You simply will not find many people around the league who aren't just being the crazy hot take artists or homers or haters or whatever, but actual NFL people who believe that Jared Goff is better than Dak Prescott. It's just not how it works. Dak's history says despite what he said about I don't have to necessarily be the highest paid QB, okay, he's probably not going to take less. It's not why you hire Todd France, I think this sets your floor. You can give the dreams of Dak going, I'll take $50 million. He's not going to take less than Goff. I'd be pretty shocked at that. If he did, he's taking way less than the market value says. The ceiling remains higher. Dak Prescott still holds all of the leverage here over the Dallas Cowboys because there are quarterback-needy teams out there on the open market. We'll see how young guys like Will Levis ends up playing. Maybe Tennessee becomes an option. We'll see if some other teams pay their quarterback. More on that in a little bit. The Raiders stand out. The Giants are desperate for good quarterback play. You just need two teams to cause a bidding war when Dak Prescott is far closer than we have ever seen a quarterback hitting the open market. Hasn't happened. A quarterback of his age, talent, and health, which I think is a valid concern, by the way, even maybe more so than some other things that get lumped onto his plate, hasn't actually hit it like that. It has never happened since the quarterback market became what the quarterback market has been, which was around the Jimmy Garoppolo era when he was once the highest paid QB in the NFL. There are plenty of things we can justifiably and even correctly ding Dak Prescott for. The problem is, all of those things also apply to the other highest paid quarterbacks. So you can't make the argument for one and not the other. I don't know if the deal gets done. I think we'll know by September. If the deal's not done week 1, I think he's gone. And then it becomes an issue of, you know what? Maybe Dak just doesn't want to be here anymore, which is an issue for a wide variety of reasons. Will the Cowboys get a deal done with Dak Prescott? Get those predictions in, D for deal, ND for no deal. I would also point this part out. The quarterback market might not be done having leaves fall, right, Jerry? I am very curious what Miami does with Tua. I know Green Bay wants to get a deal done with Jordan Love. I know Jacksonville plans on getting a deal done with Trevor Lawrence. How many of those QBs would you say is better than Jared Goff? Can't you make an argument for all three of them? Look, it's a small sample size for Jordan Love. Lawrence has been super inconsistent. I think supporting cast has been the real issue there. Tua, I think, is propped up some by his supporting cast. I think all those guys are at least fringe top 10 quarterbacks, just like Jared Goff. So if they all get more than Goff, then one of them is going to get more probably than Joe Burrow, or one of them doesn't get paid, maybe the Dolphins and Tua, and that becomes another option for Dak in free agency. I totally understand the very valid sticker shock that comes with all of these quarterback contracts. $50 million, $60 million, it's so much money. I understand that. I get that's a lot of money you're trying to pay for various guys out there. But this is the market. You may not like the market, but you must accept it. Like that, the options are just to not play the game. And if you don't want to play the game, okay, you should probably trade him or even just outright cut him. With the way you can structure these contracts, for me, it's to an extent, it obviously does matter. I don't want to pay Daniel Jones what he got, right? Because I don't think he's very good. But if you think you have a top 10 or fringe top 10 quarterback, it almost doesn't matter what you pay them. Just backload the contracts, kind of like Dallas did, and be aggressive in your window. That's the best way to go about it. I don't have any issues paying Jared Goff, paying Tua, paying Jordan Love, paying Dak, etc. I get the sticker shock is there, but for most teams, the alternative is, well, I have to play the game or I'm not going to play it at all. And most teams don't want to take the risk of, okay, we had Jared Goff, great. Oh no, we didn't pay him. Now we have Kenny Pickett. Like, that's what teams are afraid of. Now, maybe you don't want to play the game, and that's fine. And then you have to go about your rebuild process and try to gamble on the young guy, and that's at least a fine plan, which the Cowboys don't really have. But if you're going to play the game of paying quarterbacks the going market rate, which is how this works, unfortunately, if you don't like it, I'm sorry, you got to play it aggressively. And Dallas doesn't play the game aggressively. To stick with the all-in poker theme, they're just constantly checking and putting in the ante and then folding. At a certain point, you got to stay in and put some chips in and try to win a hand. Dallas has a tendency to just kind of try to check, and they'll win a hand here or there because everyone else folds before them. But at some point, got to push some chips in because they have not been all in, not even close to it. And what might end up happening, whether it's this offseason, next offseason, whenever, they just run out of chips. And they don't ever really get involved in the way that they need to. Or they get involved too late and aren't betting on the proper hands they could have bet on earlier.